Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was well into this exciting book, and it makes a very nice read indeed. And this is, in fact, the latest re-edition of the 1979 album Stormwatch by Jethro Tull, which is called the Force 10 edition. And these packages do come very well crammed with lots of information, telling you all about the album and it was made at the time, everything around the album at the time. And of course this was the time when the last album, which featured the what's known as the Jethro Tull classic lineup of the band, and the last album that also John Glasscock, the bass player, who unfortunately died in the same year, but he actually featured on 3 of these tracks. But interesting enough, I mean, there's these things do come with an array of bonus features, as well as you can see. Besides a 96-page, well detailed book giving you all the information of everything, you also do get 6 discs in this package, and the first 2 CDs stored in the front. You've got another 2 CDs in the back, plus you get a couple of DVDs, one which is stored in a slipcase in the back here, and the other one which is in the front. And I mean, what's interesting about this package is that also it contains what's called the associated recordings, and on this second disc here you do get quite a few of the numbers they writ at the time of the album, which never made the album, and to me they're very interesting tracks. So I'll be honest with you, I mean, Stormwatch was an album I never really rated at all, and it's probably one of my least favourite Jethro Tull albums in the 70s, well, ever since they released their first album. This was back in 1968. So I mean, this was certainly fairly disappointing when I remember when it came out, and I'll be honest with you, it still does not say a lot to me today either. But what does speak a lot to me are the associated recordings, because you do get quite a few, and there's also 8 of them which John Glasscock actually played bass on as well, so which is very good. But you also get, obviously, the 2 DVDs. You get all the associated recordings on the second disc DVD, and plus the main album on the first DVD, all in 5.1. And all these stereo and 5.1 mixes are done by Stephen Wilson, and I've got to praise the guy. He really has done an excellent job again, and these days he is really looking like one of the very top 5.1 mixing engineers, and he's doing a really great job. I think he's improved all the time, you know, and he's really done a splendid job on this package. But I mean, it is, as I say, there's tons of information in here about the time when Ian Anderson bought the land of Scotland where he lived, and he's done his salmon farm and stuff like that. And I mean, what I find interesting as well is also the last article in the book, which is about the chap who started as a young apprentice in recording loads of, not just Jethro Tull, but loads of bands like, oh God knows, Wham, everybody, like Queen, the lot, literally in what was the Mason Rouge mobile unit, which was in a van, and his name was Lee Mantle. And it does make a very fascinating read about the time. And actually, he was not even a Jethro Tull fan, even though he did actually was involved with this album as well, this particular album, and but he was more of a Genesis fan more than anything else. I find it really fascinating. It makes an exciting read. But I mean, these packages, they really are. You can't beat them for the money. I mean, but I always pre-order them early, and this one I got from Amazon, as usual, and I'll get in straight away. I pre-ordered it, oh God knows, well, months in hand. But as I say, it was late in getting out as well, because it's supposed to be released in, what was it, October, then it got put back to November. And I did get it on November the 15th, I believe it was, when it finally arrived. And I got it for £30 from Amazon, which is a really good price for a package like this. And I mean, 6 discs, you can't complain really, in a nice hardback book. And plus, you know, I mean, 5.1 recordings, well, to me, they're the big bonus. They are. That's the sort of what I am in today, regarding music more than anything. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, not the best of albums, but I think with all the bonus material what's in here, the package, and plus the book, I mean, you can't go wrong really, because it's a splendid package. And you can read actually more about my full review of it, and to which I have written one, because I do find it hard to speak about these things, but I'll go into more detail in words, and you can read all about that in the link I provided below. So anyway, that's about it for now. Bye-bye. Bye, done Ringo. 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 Bye, done